All right, everyone. So today we're diving deep into something a little different.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about restaurant complaints.
Love it.
Yeah, and turning those into golden opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
We're looking at this Manuvial blog post called How to Deal with Restaurant Complaints from Customers.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, my mind was blown.
Really?
Like, did you know that,
Yeah.
customers who complain and, you actually solve their problem well,
Yeah.
they can become your most loyal fans.
It's true.
It's like turning lemons into lemonade.
What's interesting about this is they emphasize that, just smoothing things over isn't enough.
Right.
You have to actually exceed expectations when someone's upset.
Yeah.
And then you create a really loyal customer. Because, think about it. We remember those negative experiences.
Totally.
But when a business goes above and beyond
Yeah.
to fix it, it's such a powerful, positive memory
Yeah.
that kind of outweighs that initial negative one.
It's like, you messed up. I complained.
Right.
You wowed me by fixing it, and now I trust you even more.
Totally.
It's wild.
Exactly. And that trust translates into more business for your restaurant.
For sure.
Referrals, it's all connected.
So we're talking complaints are valuable, not just annoying.
Absolutely.
But how do we use them to our advantage?
A lot of it comes down to staff training.
Right. Yeah.
Because your team's on the front lines, right?
Totally.
So they need to know how to handle these complaints effectively.
For sure.
And it's not just saying sorry and moving on.
Mm-hmm.
The article really highlights active listening.
Okay.
Really hearing the customer's concerns.
Yeah.
Without interruption.
Right. Yeah.
Without getting defensive.
That makes sense because
Yeah.
you feel really dismissed when someone is just waiting for their turn to speak.
Yeah, totally.
Not even listening.
100%.
But how do you train for that?
Right.
You can tell your staff to listen, but how do you get them to actually convey that empathy?
Well, the article talks about
Yeah.
validating the customer's feelings.
Okay.
So even if you don't agree with their complaint,
Right.
you acknowledge their frustration.
Okay.
Something as simple as I understand why you're upset, or that sounds frustrating.
Totally.
That can make a world of difference.
So it's hey, I see you, I hear you, and I'm taking this seriously.
Exactly. You're creating a connection.
All right.
But then beyond just listening and validating, the article talks about empowering staff to offer solutions
Okay.
on the spot.
I see.
So giving them that autonomy to say, offer a free dessert
Right.
or comp a drink
Yeah, okay.
can really turn things around quickly.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than feeling like you're in this bureaucratic limbo
Totally.
and they have to go find a manager and
Yeah.
it takes forever.
Exactly. And it makes your team feel more empowered too.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
It is.
When should a manager step in though?
Okay.
What about those customers who are,
Right.
let's just say, a little bit more
Spirited.
spirited?
They dedicate a whole section to this
Yep.
about handling difficult or aggressive customers,
Right.
which is so tricky.
Yeah.
But it's all about de-escalation.
Okay.
So responding in a calm, steady tone,
Right.
even if the customer's yelling,
Mm-hmm.
is key.
Okay.
Sometimes just refusing to mirror that energy
Right.
can just diffuse the situation.
That takes serious restraint.
It does.
Any other tips for navigating those waters?
They suggest setting clear boundaries.
Okay.
You want to always be respectful,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean you have to tolerate abuse.
Totally.
Sometimes knowing when to disengage,
Right.
but politely,
Yes.
is important.
So that might even mean asking the customer to leave.
As a last resort,
Right.
it's about protecting your staff and creating a safe environment for everyone.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've tackled those on-the-spot situations.
Mhm.
But what about preventing complaints in the first place?
Right.
Is that even possible?
Good question.
Can you please everyone all the time?
I don't know if you can eliminate them entirely,
Right.
but you can minimize them.
Okay, yeah.
Well, they talk about having a clear and accessible complaint policy,
Okay.
so customers know exactly how to voice their concerns
Yeah.
and what to expect in return.
So put it on your menu by the register on your website.
Exactly. The more visible, the better.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to encourage feedback
Mm-hmm.
before customers leave.
Those little comment cards.
Yeah.
I feel like those were always either blank or just
Filled with,
all Cap-PS rants
Oh,
about
this-
the music or something.
But that's the point. You catch those issues early.
Okay, so is that where technology comes in?
Yeah,
Because they mentioned CRM systems in the article, right?
absolutely. Technology can be a game changer here.
Okay.
CRM systems let you log and track complaints,
Okay.
spot trends,
Mm-hmm.
and then identify areas for improvement.
So it's like having a detective on your team, just like analyzing all the clues to improve.
Yes.
That's really valuable. But
Yeah.
let's be honest.
Okay.
Some complaints are going to end up online.
Of course.
And online reviews
Yeah.
can make or break a restaurant these days.
It's true. Those online reviews, they hold a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But the good news is even negative online reviews can be opportunities.
Okay. Because I know a lot of restaurant owners who like
I hear you.
break out in hives at the thought of a bad Yelp review.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
Every negative review
Yeah.
is a chance to showcase your customer service
Okay.
publicly.
Tell me more.
Okay, so they emphasize responding to every single negative review.
Okay.
And not with a generic, we're sorry you had a bad experience,
Right.
but actually acknowledge the issue,
Okay.
apologize sincerely,
Mm-hmm.
and offer to take the conversation offline.
So you're showing potential customers that you care
Exactly.
and you're willing to take the time to make it right,
Yes.
turning that negative into a positive.
Exactly. It's about transparency,
Yeah.
showing that you value customer feedback,
Mm-hmm.
even when it's negative.
Right.
And sometimes that can even lead to the customer updating their review, which is like a total win.
It happens. I've heard of that happening.
Yeah.
Where someone's upset, you bend over backward to fix it,
Yeah.
and they're so impressed
Totally.
that they become like your biggest fan.
Amazing.
Okay, so the complaint's resolved. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Do you need to follow up after that?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It might seem unnecessary,
Right?
but they say following up is crucial
Really?
for building loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine this.
Okay.
You have a complaint,
Huh.
it's resolved.
Yeah.
Then you get a follow-up
Okay.
just to see if everything is okay.
Right.
Like, that's impressive.
You know, I never even thought about it like that.
Yeah,
But it makes sense.
it does.
It's that extra touch
Yeah.
that really shows that you're not just trying to like... Right.
Sweep things under the rug.
Exactly.
You want to make sure your customers are actually happy.
Exactly.
So did he suggest like a phone call, an email?
Could be any of those.
Oh.
A phone call, a quick email,
Mm-hmm.
even just a quick chat on their next visit.
Okay.
All those little things can make a big difference.
Totally. And especially in such a competitive industry
Right.
like the restaurant business.
Yeah. It's those little things.
Those little things make you stand out.
Yes.
Okay, this has been super helpful.
Good.
But you know what I love most about this post?
What's that?
It doesn't just throw theory at you.
Yeah.
It gives you real-world examples.
You're talking about the case studies?
The case studies.
Yes.
Those are gold.
I love those.
They really bring it to life.
Yes. And give you something that you can actually implement.
They're actionable.
Yes.
Yeah,
In your own restaurant.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
one that really stood out to me
Okay.
was the story about that seafood restaurant
Mm-hmm.
that had a customer with a shellfish allergy.
Oh, yeah.
And despite informing the staff,
Huh.
there was a mix-up in the kitchen.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Every allergy sufferer's nightmare.
I know. I can only imagine the stress.
It could have been disastrous.
Oh, yeah.
But the manager handled it so well.
Really?
They immediately apologized,
Okay.
comped the entire meal,
Wow.
offered to cover any medical expenses,
Wow.
and then assured the customer that they were going to review their protocols
Okay.
to prevent future incidents.
So they like took full responsibility.
Yes,
And reassured the customer that it wouldn't happen again.
exactly.
That's impressive.
It is.
What other examples did they give?
Another one that comes to mind
All right.
involved a restaurant that made some pretty big mistakes
Oh.
during a corporate event.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I think a big group.
big group, and they had slow service, incorrect orders.
Ooh, that's rough.
Like everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yeah, large groups are tricky, even when things go right.
Exactly.
So how do they salvage that?
So instead of making excuses,
Okay.
the manager personally went to each table,
Oh, wow.
apologized for the errors,
Okay.
and offered a discount on the entire event bill.
Wow.
And then they even threw in complimentary appetizers for their next booking.
Now that's what I call taking responsibility.
I know.
Right?
It's amazing. It's above and beyond.
Yeah, because so often it feels like businesses are just trying to do the bare minimum.
Totally just trying to smooth things over.
Yes.
But this restaurant really went above and beyond.
And as a result,
Yeah,
they turned that potential disaster into a loyal customer
exactly.
because this corporate client was so impressed that they continued to book events there.
Yeah, they turned it around.
Wow.
Yeah.
Both of these case studies are great examples,
Yeah.
but they share a common thread.
What's that?
It's not just about fixing the problem.
Right.
It's about how you make the customer feel.
It's
Throughout the entire process.
It's about showing genuine empathy,
right.
taking ownership,
Yeah.
and going that extra mile to show that you value their business.
Yeah.
So you're turning a complaint
Yeah.
into an opportunity to strengthen the relationship.
I love that.
It's powerful.
It is. It's like that Maya Angelou quote.
Mm-hmm.
People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did.
Yeah.
But people will never forget how you made them feel.
It's so true.
It's about that connection.
Yeah.
Not just the correction.
Right.
Make them feel heard, valued, respected.
100%.
And you've turned that negative into a positive.
You know, at the beginning of this,
Yeah.
I thought we were just going to talk about how to avoid complaints.
Right.
But this is so much bigger than that.
Totally.
It's like a whole new framework
Yeah.
for thinking about customer service.
It's a mindset shift.
Yeah.
Like instead of dreading these complaints,
right.
we can see them as opportunities
Yes.
for growth, for connection.
Loyalty.
And loyalty.
Yeah.
It's like that saying, a complaint is a gift.
It's true.
It might not always be wrapped up nicely,
Right.
but it's valuable feedback.
It is.
This Menuville blog post has been amazing.
They covered it all.
Yeah, they really did.
From the staff training
Yeah.
to online reviews to those prevention strategies
Mhm.
and the tech tools.
Oh, yeah.
Those CRM systems
Yeah.
are like a secret weapon.
Yeah, it all comes
Yeah.
back to that data.
Yes.
And using that to make better decisions.
Informed decisions.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
But you know what really stood out to me?
Okay.
They said that the best way to handle complaints
Yep.
is to prevent them in the first place.
Okay.
But in a world of,
Yeah.
imperfect systems and humans,
Right.
is it really possible to eliminate complaints entirely?
That's the $1,000,000 question.
I know.
And I don't know if there's a right answer.
Right.
We can try to be perfect,
Yeah.
have rigorous training and all the tech tools.
Right.
Yeah.
There's always going to be that human element.
Exactly.
The chef who's having an off day,
Yeah.
the server who's dealing with something,
Totally.
the customer who's just in a bad mood.
Sometimes it's out of our control.
Yeah.
So while striving for prevention is great,
Okay.
I think it's equally important to master
Yeah.
turning those inevitable complaints
Yeah.
into opportunities.
I love that
Yeah.
because it's not about being perfect. It's
Right.
about how you respond
Exactly.
to that imperfection.
Yes.
And that's powerful.
And that's a message for any business owner, really.
It really is. Yeah. So to our listeners out there,
Yeah.
we hope this has given you a fresh perspective
A new way to look at it.
on those customer complaints.
Yeah.
Remember,
Mm-hmm.
complaints are opportunities in disguise.
They are.
Embrace them, learn from them,
Yes.
and use them to elevate your restaurant.
Absolutely.
And who knows, maybe you'll start looking forward to those gifts.
Okay. Maybe you'd not look forward to,
Fair.
but at least approach them with a sense of, okay, what can we learn from this?
Right.
How can we create a positive experience
Exactly.
for everyone?
Because that's the power of a well-handled complaint.
it is.
It's not just about fixing a problem.
right.
It's about building trust, loyalty,
Yes.
and creating those wow moments
Exactly.
that keep your customers coming back for more.
Well said.
And on that note,
Yeah.
we'll wrap up this deep dive.
Okay.
Until next time, happy listening. It's all about how you make the customer feel, like you said.
It's about
And-
showing genuine empathy. Yeah. Taking ownership
Mm-hmm.
and going the extra mile to show that you value their business.
Right.
It's really about turning that complaint
Totally.
into an opportunity to strengthen the relationship.
I came into this thinking we were just going to talk about how to avoid complaints.
Right.
But this has been like a whole new way
Yeah.
of looking at customer service.
It's a mindset shift for sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like instead of dreading those complaints,
Right.
we can see them as opportunities.
Yeah. For growth,
For growth.
for connection, for loyalty.
Yeah. It's like that saying, a complaint is a gift.
It's so true.
It's not always wrapped up nicely,
Right.
but it's valuable feedback.
Yeah. They gave us so much good stuff in this Menuville article.
It really.
From the staff training to online reviews
Mhm.
to those proactive prevention strategies.
And all the tech tools.
Oh, yeah. Using
So it's
technology
the CRM systems.
like a secret weapon.
It's all about that data.
Yes. Using data
To make informed decisions.
to make those smart decisions for your business.
But you know what really got me?
What's that?
Was they emphasized that the best way to handle complaints
Yeah.
is to prevent them.
Okay.
Like, instead of dreading those complaints, we can see them as opportunities. But like
Yeah.
in the real world,
Right.
with our systems and humans.
Is it even possible to completely eliminate
Right.
all complaints?
I don't know if there's like one right answer to that.
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yep.
And I think we can strive for perfection.
Sure.
We can train our staff.
Yeah.
We can have all these great systems,
Use all the tech tools.
but there's always going to be that human element.
There is,
You know, the chef's having a bad day,
of course.
the server's dealing with something,
Right. The customer's just in a bad mood.
and sometimes that's out of our control.
Exactly.
So while we should strive for preventing these things,
Okay.
I think it's equally important to master
Yeah.
turning those inevitable complaints into opportunities.
Into those golden opportunities.
Exactly.
I love that because it's not about being perfect.
It's not about being perfect, no.
It's about how you respond to those imperfections.
It's how you bounce back.
Yes.
It's how you make it right.
That's such an important message, I think.
It is for everyone.
For any business owner, really.
Absolutely.
So listeners,
Yeah.
we hope this is giving you a fresh perspective
A new way to think about it.
on those customer complaints.
Because they're not all bad.
They're not all bad.
They're opportunities in disguise.
Opportunities to shine.
Exactly. Embrace them, learn from them,
Yes.
and use them to elevate your restaurant
100%.
and your connection
Absolutely.
with your customers.
Yeah, make those connections stronger.
And who knows, you might even start looking forward to those gifts.
Well, maybe not look forward to.
Okay. Maybe not look forward to.
But, at least approach them with that mindset of, okay, what can we learn?
Exactly.
How can we make this right?
Yeah, because that's the power
Yeah,
of a well-handled complaint.
absolutely.
It's not just about fixing that problem.
Yeah, it's bigger than that.
It's about building that trust,
Yes.
that loyalty,
Creating those wow moments.
and creating those experiences
Yeah,
that keep people coming back for more.
I love it.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive.
Okay.
Until next time.
See you later.